New information tonight from the state health department after a KRK investigation found several men living in a rural part of Lonoke County had all been diagnosed with a similar type of rare brain tumor. KRK4's Stephanie Sharp working for you, taking a closer look at the results. Steph, what did we learn?
Well, Ashley, even after our first story aired, we've been contacted by several people who live in the same Lonoke County area that have also been diagnosed with a brain tumor. Today, the Department of Health says the data shows there may be a slight uptick in Lonoke County compared to the state average, but not enough to be considered a cancer cluster.
I appreciate the diligence.
Jeremy Gunther at the Arkansas Department of Health learning the result of the cancer cluster investigation.
I'm just glad to find out that it turned out the way it did.
We first met Jeremy in May.
We end up with, the same tumor, same side of the brain.
It was shortly after he, his childhood friend Ray, and others who lived just outside of Austin realized they all had similar rare brain tumors. Jeremy says at least 4 people who lived on the same rural Lonoke County road got the same diagnosis.
3 families, 4 brain tumors.
We looked at over 7,000 records.
The Department of Health State Chronic Disease Director says his department followed the guidelines for investigating clusters of chronic diseases.
What we found was we did not find any excess cancers than what is expected or based on the occurrence rate for Lonoke County for malignant cancers.
He says they looked at brain cancer registry data from 2004 to 2015. He says even though the data is slightly higher than the state and national numbers, it's not enough to be considered a cancer cluster. But he says his team will continue to look at cancer data that comes in.
We will be collecting the information moving forward and working with the concerned citizen in making sure that in future if something had to show up.
It was really about finding out if families were okay to be out there.
Jeremy says the numbers don't lie, but it's left him wondering if there may be more, especially with so many tumors in the small area.
There's still something in the back of your mind that says you just can't be that unlucky.
Because of how the data is collected, the Department of Health looked at Lonoke County as a whole. The researchers weren't able to specifically look at that small area that Jeremy and those others lived in. Ashley?